So previously we have looked at a specific web quest, and the web quest had a variety of different things for students to be able to do. And one of them, a very minor thing, was to be able to create charts in Excel. And in that uh, video, uh, students were given a link. Students and teachers were just given a link to go watch a video on how to do different types of charts. However, we are going to go more in depth in just creating a basic video um, for using Excel. And so why do we create charts? We use charts to display numerical data in visual medium, and it's easier to change large amounts of data. And so when we're looking at Excel sheets, for instance, we just want to do something really simple here for everybody to be able to understand the different types of charts and how we can manipulate them. So let's say that we've gone into a year. Here's the year that our restaurant has done a certain amount of business, and this is how many pizzas we've sold in this year. This is how many lasagnas. This is how many pasta. And this is how many raviolis. And now we want to create this into a chart. Well, we've learned in the previous tutorial how to just do a basic chart, but we didn't really learn how to manipulate the basic chart. And so for us to be able to create a basic chart to start with, we actually highlight, and we can go into data, and we can look at different types of charts. And what we really want to look at right here is when we scroll over, we see different types of charts that we can use. But right now we want to just look at just very basic. And so we can go in and we can create a 2-column chart, a 3-column chart, a 2D bar chart, a 3D chart, and even if we go down here, we can look at more column charts that we could possibly create, because so you can see a line, a pie, a bar, an area. But for this, we want something just really simple. And so we're going to go in and we're going to do a column chart. And so now what we really want to focus on is how we manipulate this chart. And so in this Excel sheet, we can title our chart amount sold, and we can put a title in there. Notice when I did that, it came up here in this bar too. So we could type in whatever we wanted, and it would change it in this. And then there's a different way to do this also, where we can go in and we can change colors and styles. We'll go into that in just a second. But that's the easiest way for us to be able to name our chart. So we'll put amount of food sold per year. And that's going to be the title of our chart. And so we want to also be able to manipulate this. So we're looking at chart elements. We can do data labels. We can do a data table. We can do different types of error bars. We can do a trend line. We can do basically what we want. Even if we look at chart title, we can put charts centered overlay. We can do a variety of different options here. We've chosen above the chart. That's just usually the traditional way to do this. And then we can also control the style that we use. When we're talking about the chart, look, that changed the headline, and it changed the way that we're viewing things. So we have a lot of different options as we go through here. We can change the style, and then we can also change colors. We can change the different colors that we're using on our chart. We can make it monochromatic, where it's all the same different types of colors, all in the same color range. And we can also make it very colorful. So you're able to be able to personalize this very specifically to you. And let me go back up to this style. When we change colors, sometimes it changes. the way that we do our styles. And so we can make this very pale and we can make it very bright. We can create this nice dark background. And so there's a variety of different styles that we can also do. When we come here, we can look at values and we can look at names. So we see the series. Let's take select all off and see what happens if we just select ravioli, if we just select pasta. So you're able to go in and you're able to see just that part of our table that we're looking at. And in categories, it's the same thing. We can just look at category 1, which if we look over here, is in 2012. So let's say that we just want to look at category, let's see, category 2016, category 2. And so if we look at category 2, we do it, we apply, we can select data down here and we can be even more advanced in the formulas. So what I really wanted to do was to be able to show you the different charts, the different elements, and the different ways that we can do this. Now, this chart is also movable, and so we're able to, you can tell we're still looking at pasta. We're able to move our chart around, and Excel usually embeds it directly into the Excel sheet itself, and you can click on this. You can delete it if you right click, and you can you can do some of the various same things that that we just controlled with these controls over here. You can also come up here and do the same when you're looking at. You can add chart elements. You see these directly correspond with the elements that are here on the side. And you're looking at formatting. You can do shape fills. You could do, you can do the traditional. You see that this is highlighted to be able to do something. You can do the traditional part with that. And what we really want to look at after we have, now that we have viewed this, we want to really go up here and we want to look at the ISTE standards. And I wanted to take just a few minutes to show you how to look those up. So ISTE standards, and we want ISTE standards for students because as a teacher, we want to be able to give our students a lesson to be able to create charts and give them very specific ideas of how to create charts. And so the ISTE standards for students we're able to go into, and we're able to look at what standards that this could possibly meet. And so we're able to go to Knowledge Constructor, and Knowledge Constructor is they're using digital tools to construct knowledge and produce creative artifacts, making meaningful experiences. So they research strategies. They're giving information. They're using a variety of tools and methods and collections, and they're building knowledge and exploring. Also, we can look at Innovative Designer, in that they are using a variety of technologies within a design process in order to be able to show their data in a different visual medium and computation. And they're also able to solve problems by being able to do this and being a computational thinker. They're looking at how to develop sequence of steps. They're looking at solutions. They're also looking at collecting data and analyzing data and how they represent data in a certain way. So this is a very simple, but more of a detailed tutorial on how to actually create our different types of charts as we go in when we require this for our classes, for them to be able to fill out charts, for them to or fill out data in an appropriate way, and for them to be able to showcase their charts in a certain way.